All right, now, people, we're live on a Wednesday, hump day, hottest show in the streets, talking your Bama football news. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Go ahead right now, hit that subscribe button, give us that thumbs up, make this your show, your network platform, channel, and space to talk Bama. We're also streaming the show on Facebook and Twitter as well, bringing this to you from Birmingham. And right now, we got a really cool start to the show. We bring in one of the heaviest hitters, if not the heaviest hitter on this year's team, my brother from South Florida. We talk about Dallas, the Pain Man, Turner in the house, live with us virtually here. Dallas, what's going on, man? Happy to have you here.
What's going on, man? I'm just glad to be here. Appreciate it for everything.
Absolutely. We got Dallas Turner right here, sophomore outside linebacker for your Crimson Tide, former five-star from South Florida, join us here on the show. And Dallas, with the NIL culture of college football now, you are able to do something with one former Georgia quarterback, Aaron Murray, and it's really, really cool here. So can you kind of dive in and talk about what you're being able to do in terms of interacting with fans, engaging with people more, using more of your social media as that platform? What have you been able to do with this NIL opportunity that's come about from one Aaron Murray?
Me and Aaron, we've been talking about a lot of opportunities that we could use for this event that we're going to do in July. And, this is basically an exclusive membership to get access to players within person and then also with virtual events. And, there's a Discord chat that will be live on the start of next week. And it is basically a message board for everything that's going on. And the drop date is July 23rd. So you guys make sure y'all go sign up on our pre-sale list to secure a ticket.
Y'all heard the man right there, July 23rd. Get that ticket on, that registration on. So, Dallas, as cool as it is to see these fans enjoy your style of play on the field, how fun is it for you to be able to interact with the people that appreciate and enjoy your game so much? Like, how much joy do you take in interacting with fans?
I mean, it's always good to give back and, to appreciate the people that, support you a lot. Because sometimes you don't see everything. And so, I don't get to talk to every fan so often, And so, I feel like it would be a good opportunity, to give back to the fans and, just communicate with them and get a piece of their mind and just give them some love and show them some love. So that's how I feel about it.
You're just checking out the show here on Wednesday. We got the man from South Florida, Dallas Turner, Alabama sophomore outside linebacker, on the show right now. And Dallas, you've been putting in some work with your man, Coach Javon Gopi of a Sac Sensei down there in South Florida. What has he been working with you on, and just the personal goals you have for yourself this year? I know the team goal, get back to the college football playoff championship, hopefully win that. But what has been some personal goals that Gopi and yourself have been working on for this upcoming season?
Me and Gopi, we've been working on a lot, from hands to get off to how we put moves together. And so, I just want to say I appreciate him for everything, because I've been working with him since I was about in the 11th grade. And so, ever since then, it's just been skyrocketing, and our relationship has just grew. And, I appreciate him. And so, yeah, we just been working on just tuning up everything, basically. The skill set is there. You just have to just improve and adapt to new environments, because it's not high school and stuff like that. So, the transition was a little hard. But, once more work was put in, stuff started to get rolling. And so I feel like the more work you put in, the more work and stuff that you get out. So that's how I look at it.
When you were in high school, you watched Will Anderson as a freshman come onto the scene and just dominate opponents in college football. And so last season, you got a chance to have Mr. Anderson take you under his wing, and you guys fed off each other. Y'all bounced ideas off each other. Y'all really worked off each other's energy, and just having a guy like that, playing next to a guy like that you challenge him, he challenges you. What's it been like being able to play with one Will Anderson, and both of you are making each other better?
Playing with Will, I feel like he got me better in a lot of different aspects that he doesn't even know about. Just like what he does on the field and how he practices, and just knowing that that's my brother. Like, we play the same position. He's on the other side of the line of scrimmage of me, and so I just feel like he really helped me just by showing what he's able to do. Because if I see that he could do it, I believe that I could do it as well. And so I just feed off him, and so I feel like that had to do with some of my success as well this last season. And yeah, and our relationship is just growing, and that's my brother.
So, do you have a number in your head, Dallas, on, okay, I want to get to this many sacks as a sophomore? Is there a number in your head of sacks that you want to accomplish?
At the moment, that's disclosed information, so I can't really give that information out right now. But just know that we're going to be in the double digits.
Okay, I can deal with that. I can roll with that, double digits. So, I mean, for you, you're a guy that expects big things from your team and big things for the defense. So, just for you, what is the expectation for this year's Alabama defense right out of the gate from start to finish?
I believe that our expectations and our mentality of where we are right now is to, get back where we were last year, just establish that we're a tough defense and that you're not going to get easy yards off us through the rush or through the pass. And so, I feel like that's what we're establishing right now in the summer. And so, yeah.
So, for the fans out there, are there any players that probably are not being talked about that we need to have an eye on for this season?
Everybody on the defense, from everybody. If you look on the roster and it says anybody on defense, everybody on defense is a sleeper, and offense.
What are you enjoying? I mean, where have you seen your defensive coordinator, Pete Golding, make the most strides, especially when you go to social media, there's a lot of mixed emotions when it comes to Coach Golding, but he has made strides. He has gotten better. But where have you seen Coach Golding grow the most as a play caller and as a guy that you as players, y'all can relate to him?
I believe that Coach Golding is a great defensive coordinator, and that he puts a lot of people in the right situation, in the right position to succeed. And I thank him for putting me in the position that he put me in to succeed. And so.
Absolutely. We got Dallas Turner right here, Alabama sophomore outside linebacker, here virtually with us on In My Own Words on a Wednesday, talking your Crimson Tide. Got to mention here the Players Lounge, part of that NIL connection group here with Aaron Murray. The Players Lounge. Check it out. Be able to interact, have fun there with your favorite players, this being for you, the fans, especially of Alabama football and college football. Dallas, we appreciate you taking time to be with us here on the show. You stay safe, my man. Stay cool in this heat wave. Be good out there, man. And, hey, looking forward to seeing you tee off on these quarterbacks this season.
I appreciate it. Thank
Absolutely. You. Dallas Turner right there, sophomore outside linebacker for your Crimson Tide, taking a chance here to spend some time with us on In My Own Words. He's talking double-digit sacks, expect everybody on defense to be dangerous, and he said himself, Pete Golding's a good defensive coordinator. I know there's been some mixed emotions when it comes down to Pete Golding, but he did say Pete Golding, good defensive coordinator. But we take our first break here on the show and touch that dial. Just getting started. Upon our return, we go to the phone lines to grab your calls, your thoughts, your chats, your interactions. It's coming right after this.
Don't touch that dial. Call in right now as we're taking your calls up next on In My Own Words with Stephen M. Smith. Brought to you by We Own the Fourth Quarter. Visit WeOwnTheFourthQuarter.com now to get your four-finger bling necklace.
Chris Rogers, 2009 national champion. You are listening to the baddest, when I say the baddest, sports show in the state of Alabama. In My Own Words. Yours truly, Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Don't touch that dial.
Every sports fan deserves the proper representation. Whitwell Sports introduces to you the Title Towel. Wave that Title Towel in the air like you just don't care in support of Nick Saban and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Only $9.99 and it lasts a lifetime. Head on over to whitwellsports.com and get your Title Towel today.
Remember the taste of Grandma's delicious sweets? Emily's Heirloom Pound Cakes brings back those precious memories with just one bite. Each cake made from scratch. They make the perfect dessert to share with family and friends for any occasion, and ordering is easy. Visit emily'sheirloompoundcakes.com. Click the online store and shop. Then pick up your fresh cake at the kitchen in downtown Homewood. Order yours online at emily'sheirloompoundcakes.com. Emily's Heirloom Pound Cakes, making memories from scratch.
Thank you for tuning in. Show your support right now by clicking that like button. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button now and enable all notifications to make sure you don't ever miss any of the best Alabama football news, notes, and information right here on Touchdown Alabama.
All right, people, we're back in from the break of the number one forum for Bama Football News. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Appreciate my man Dallas Turner, Alabama sophomore outside linebacker, joining us in that first topic. Looking forward to seeing what he does in the upcoming season. Gotta shout out my man Rusty Chambers in here with that 50-piece, that $50 donation in the super chat, showing us love right here on the show. Appreciate that coming from Rusty. And go to the phone lines right now to grab your calls. Call segment is brought to you by the Blue Winch Gang, 205-448-1358. Number to call in, 205-448-1358. And one more time, 205-448-1358. Want to hear from you. And as you're getting your thoughts into the show here, I'm really excited about the more I hear on this Alabama team and how focused this group is and how prepared this group is and how the mindset is to return to the college football playoff and win the national championship. And just hearing Dallas Turner talk about expect double-digit sacks from him. I mentioned this before. I can see this defense as a whole getting 60 to 70 sacks in the coming fall. When I look at Pete Golding, I see a DC who has made some strides. He's made some improvements. All I want to see is him being able to hit home more on his pressure packages, hit home more on his blitz looks, hit home more in his creativity and getting friction to the quarterback. That's what I want to see there from one Coach Golden. If we can see that, I think Coach Pete will be just fine. So it was good to hear from Dallas Turner. It's outstanding getting a chance to break down more and more of this defense and the expectation that U.S. fans have for it, but also the expectation that the guys have for themselves, out there in the field, because nobody puts more pressure on Alabama than Alabama puts on itself. Believe that. Nobody puts more pressure on the program than what Coach Saban, his staff, and the players put on themselves as coaches, as assistant coaches, and as guys out there on the field, trying to give you, the fans, a product that you can be proud of, you can boast about, you can be joyful about, you can be happy about, you can maybe gamble and wage money on. I mean, I don't know, but you can be very excited about your particular program. But as you continue to get your calls in here, 205-448-1358. We're going to go to a quick topic here, and that quick topic is on my man Money Minkah Fitzpatrick, who made the nickname Money Minkah. He manifested that name, y'all. That name manifested. Minkah Fitzpatrick just gave Nick Saban another huge recruiting feather in the hat. As of today, Minkah becomes the highest paid safety in the National Football League. It was reported today by Adam Schefter. Minkah, a 4-year deal worth $73.6 million, $34 million guaranteed. Give Minkah the money. Give Fitzpatrick the money, and the Steelers gave that young man the money, which he deserves it. I mean, ever since the Miami Dolphins traded him to Pittsburgh, Minkah has become one of the heart and souls of that defense, of that team. But we take our first call here on the show. You're live on the show. What's going on? How are we feeling? State your name. Where you calling from?
What up, my boy? There, Kingpin from Pritchard.
Doing great, man. How you doing, man?
Well, I'm good. Hey, I appreciate y'all getting my boy Dallas on there, boy. Y'all had me turned up for real, though. Yeah, I like what he was talking about. I like what he was talking about on the defense. I know what I'm looking for this year. All right? So I'm going to keep on watching y'all. I seen them come down my timeline, so let me tune in and see what my boy talking about, you feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? They're Kingpin representing that PA. All right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It was good having Dallas Turner on the show, no doubt. I'm looking forward to this defense this season, what Dallas does in his second year after posting 8.5 sacks that first year. But I am definitely proud of Minkah Fitzpatrick manifesting the name Money Minkah. 4-year deal, $73.6 million guaranteed, $34 million signing bonus. Steelers gave him the money. He's worth every penny of it. Looking forward to see Minkah this season. But we take a break right here on the show. When we come back, we dive into David Ballou, Alabama's Director of Sports Performance. He says the team is locked in for this season. Why does he feel that way? We'll talk about Ballou and the team after this.
You know what we do at the start of the fourth quarter. We throw them foes up. But now you don't have to wait until the fourth quarter. Get your 4-finger bling necklace at WeOwnTheFourthQuarter.com. It's the first and only logo that captures the essence of all Crimson Tide players and fans as we represent the legendary Alabama football fourth quarter dominance. Get your 4-finger bling necklace right now at WeOwnTheFourthQuarter.com. Get yours today and stun on them haters.
9 players have teamed up and released the Alabama Team Paper, which is a video yearbook they've put out for sale direct to fans. Now, for the first time, small dollar purchases from the fans can support the players as a group as well as a great cause, because $1 of every subscription payment is donated to the Boys and Girls Club of America. Be a 5-star fan base and support your team and a great cause with Team Paper. Check it out at teampaper.com/Alabama.
Thank you for tuning in. Show your support right now by clicking that like button. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button now and enable all notifications to make sure you don't ever miss any of the best Alabama football news, notes, and information right here on Touchdown Alabama.
All right, folks, we're back into the show from the break on a Wednesday, Hump Day, #1 forum here for your Bama football news in my own words. And now we look at one David Ballou, the Director of Sports Performance for your Crimson Tide. And, Coach Ballou, he tweeted out something that has Alabama fans, that has you guys very excited. He tweeted out that, this team is locked in. He made this tweet after the first week of summer prep, the first week of summer workouts, but he said this group is locked in as we're now in week 3 of summer prep. And what makes this interesting is, and what makes this good is, you are seeing a team, right, that is bonding together, that is all in, that is locked in, that wants to get back to that championship and snatch that championship back from Georgia. You're seeing a team that saw how we were this close with all the injuries that happened, with all the unfortunate bounces that happened. We were still this close to winning a national championship. And the way that game ended back in January, nobody was happy with that. Nobody was pleased with that. So this is a group that is focused on, we're not going to have that happen again. We're trying to get right back there, which next year's championship game, because the championship game will open the 2023 season, or 3-year. So that championship game will be in Los Angeles. So the goal is to get back there to the promised land and finishing the job. And this is what David Ballou is saying, that the guys in summer camp, in weight training, in speed training, and nutrition training, and team bonding things, everybody is locked in, hook, line, sinker. And J.C. Latham, of whom offensive lineman, he's in position to possibly start at that right tackle position. I think he will start at right tackle, and Tyler Steen will start at left tackle. J.C. Latham posted a photo to his Twitter. He and the guys out there on the practice field running laps. He and the guys out there on the practice field getting that early start. And if you look closely at the picture, it just seems like everybody's bonding. Everybody's running on one heartbeat, on one sound, on one message, on one focus, with one mindset. And that's what you want out there. Everybody rocking to the same beat. Everybody rocking to the same voice. And that voice is, get your butt back to that national championship, play winning football as you're doing it, and finish the job. Those being the primary goals there. And this starts with the team's leadership council, who has done a phenomenal job. Coach Saban talked about this all throughout spring. We have the right guys in here. We got all the knuckleheads, all the troublemakers, all the me's, all the selfish dudes. We got them out of the program. They're out. They're no longer mixed in with the rest of our guys. We're all pulling in one direction toward a championship. It's not most of the team is pulling this way, but other folks are pulling that way. No, everybody is pulling in one synchronized direction. And this is good. This is real good when you're seeing Bryce Young, Will Anderson, Henry To'o, Jordan Battle, and DJ Dale of the Leadership Council. They all have the team being pulled in one focused direction. You're not seeing any type of selfish attitude or mentality. It is all about the team. What can we do as a team to make sure we got the nastiest, dangerous, most electric team on both sides of the ball for the upcoming season? And for me, Coach Saban has always been sort of the Zen master at this, right? When he does not win a national championship in one season, he always finds a way to provide his guys, whether it be his players or his coaching staff, with the ultimate form of motivation to get back to the next season and get the job done. I mean, you think about it, 2008, Alabama was supposed to have beaten Florida in that SEC championship game. Now, did they believe they could beat Florida? Probably not. But they had more than enough talent to get that win. What happened? 2009, Saban had a team, much more belief in itself. They got the job done. 2010, no national championship. Nick Saban, motivation. What happens? 2011, 2012, back-to-back national championships. Then we remember 2013 and 14. Oh, Alabama's dead, buried, and gone. Gone. It's over. 2015, Nick Saban, motivation, national championship. And that's even with the loss to Ole Miss during the regular season. 2016, Alabama came so close, lost to Clemson and Dabo Swinney and Deshaun Watson. The very next year, despite a loss to Auburn, 2017, Bama, national championship behind the motivation of Coach Saban. 2018, 2019, no national championship. 2020, even in a COVID-shortened year, Saban, master motivator, undefeated, perfect national championship season. This past year, with a young team led by two sophomores, got to the national championship game, came so close to beating a group of super seniors led by Kirby Smart. This time around, Saban's got the motivation, got the ammo he needs to make sure his team gets back there and finishes the job. But it's cool seeing David Ballou, Director of Sports Performance, say we're locked in. These guys are focused. These guys are on one mindset, even in summer camp. But we take another break here, folks, on the show. Don't touch that dial. When we get back, we want you guys lighting us up. Blow up the phone lines with your calls, your thoughts, your chats, your interactions. We'll get to you right after this.
You're watching In My Own Words with Stephen M. Smith, brought to you by We Own the Fourth Quarter. Get your four-finger bling necklace today by visiting weownthefourthquarter.com. Throw them foes up. You know what we do at the start of the fourth quarter. We throw them foes up. But now you don't have to wait until the fourth quarter. Get your four-finger bling necklace at weownthefourthquarter.com. It's the first and only logo that captures the essence of all Crimson Tide players and fans as we represent the legendary Alabama football fourth quarter dominance. Get your four-finger bling necklace right now at weownthefourthquarter.com. Get yours today and stun on them haters. If you're an avid Alabama Crimson Tide fan and you love to flaunt it, then show your Alabama Crimson Tide support by grabbing the All Bama sneakers. They feature bold Crimson Tide graphics, so no one will be able to question where your allegiance lies. When you add these sweet sneakers to your Alabama Crimson Tide collection, go to stsfootwear.com and use the code TDAlabama for $15 off your purchase. That's code TDAlabama for $15 off your purchase. Go to stsfootwear.com and get your All Bama sneakers today. Thank you for tuning in. Show your support right now by clicking that like button. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button now and enable all notifications to make sure you don't ever miss any of the best Alabama football news, notes, and information right here on Touchdown Alabama.
All right, people, we're back into the action from the break on the hottest show of the streets, talking your Bama football news. In my own words, there's truly Stephen Smith of Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Hopefully you guys staying cool out there. I don't know about you, John, but this is the most unusual, weird heat wave I've ever seen in the state of Alabama. So hopefully everybody staying cool, staying hydrated, getting your fluids pumped in, all of those things. We got some super chats to get to right now. So how about we show some love to Justin Riley of the Bama Standard. Justin Riley, that $4.99 in the super chats. Appreciate Justin. I remember my man Mechanic dropped in that $25 donation, so I appreciate my man Mechanic for dropping that in. And then how about my man Bernard Phillips? Bernard Phillips with that $10 donation to that daily super chat goal of $75 has been met. Appreciate Rusty Chambers, Bernard Phillips, Mechanic, and Justin Riley showing us love here on this show. But we get to the phone lines now. The call segment brought to you by the Blue Winch Gang, 205-448-1358. And I'm going to call in 205-448-1358. And one more time, 205-448-1358. Definitely want to hear from you as you guys are getting your calls in to interact with us here on the show. We're going to go to a pretty interesting, really cool here call topic, and that being on one Ty Simpson, true freshman quarterback for Bama, 5-star from Martin, Tennessee, out of Westview High School. He had a tremendous high school career, was the Tennessee Gatorade Player of the Year as a senior in 2021, but Ty Simpson's prepared to make his own legacy at the University of Alabama, and he's been working with an esteemed training group, QB Country, Quarterback Country, who has facilities based out of QB Country has facilities in Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, Georgia, New Jersey, Texas, Atlanta, that they have facilities based everywhere, well, definitely in the Southeast. So QB Country helping out with one Ty Simpson, getting him that work in the tight spiral throwing department, doing some light detail work on the University of Alabama campus at the $1 Million Band Field. And after he had an impressive high school career, But, of course, Simpson, during the spring game and throughout spring practice, he impressed the coaches. He impressed the fans with his athleticism, with his arm talent, can really fit the ball in the tight windows. Some people have been comparing him to, a guy like a Ty Detmer or a Fran Tarkenton, could just scramble around and make a lot of big plays with his arm. The question will be is how much action will Alabama squeeze him into in the upcoming season? We know Bryce Young is the starter. That's point blank period. We know this. Bryce Young trying to be the first player since Archie Griffin of Ohio State to go back-to-back Heisman trophies. We know Jalen Milroe, you got to get him on the field because you want to see what the future looks like where Alabama football is concerned. But with what Ty Simpson brings you, he's intriguing. And because of what he brings you, this is the reason why so many Alabama fans are going, do we really need Arch Manning because of what Ty Simpson brings, because of what he provides, the dual threat ability that he possesses? I mean, do we really need Arch because of what Alabama's got in one Ty Simpson? So he's worked with QB Country. QB Country has worked with quite a few Alabama quarterbacks, including A.J. McCarron and Mac Jones. And we saw both of those two won national championships as starters with QB Country working with them. I believe they also worked with Jacob Coker as well, if I'm not mistaken. If that's correct, then that's 3 Alabama quarterbacks that won national championships working with QB Country. So could Ty Simpson be the 4th to do this? He could. He very well could, but it's good to see him getting that work in ahead of his freshman season, that being one Ty Simpson. But we take our final break here on the show. Don't touch that dial, people. Before we take that break, we got to shout out my man, Jamie Wilhelm. Jamie Wilhelm with that $4.99 in the Super Chat. Showing love right there. Appreciate the love coming from Jamie. And then also, we got Karen. We got Kareem. We got Kareem Hood 40. Kareem Hood 40 with that $5 donation, showing love. So appreciate Kareem Hood 40 and Jamie Wilhelm. But when we get back in from the break, we'll talk about this. The Bama-Texas game is sold out. What? You mean to tell me that Bama will be playing an 11 a.m. game in front of a capacity crowd in Austin, Texas? Looks like that is the case. And we'll talk about it after this.
Touchdown Alabama Magazine is Alabama football's premier publication. A subscription to Touchdown Alabama Magazine is the perfect gift for any Alabama fan. For exclusive news and information, recruiting updates, a free annual print magazine, and more, go to touchdownalabama.com and click join. Only $7.95 per month, or pay $74.95 for a full-year subscription. That's a yearly saving of $20. Go to touchdownalabama.com today and roll Tide. Thank you for tuning in. Show your support right now by clicking that like button. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button now and enable all notifications to make sure you don't ever miss any of the best Alabama football news, notes, and information right here on Touchdown Alabama.
All right, people, we're back in the action from the break on the hottest show on the streets, talking your Bama football news. In my own words, yours truly, Stephen Smith of Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Appreciate you guys checking us out all day long. Your calls, your donations, your chats, your interactions with the show. But before we get into the final topic here, got to remind you of TDAwear.com. That's TDAwear.com. So for all of your swagger, sauce, drip, fashion, clothing, cultural needs here, check us out at TDAwear.com. That is TDAwear.com. Get yourself set up right now to cheer on your Crimson Tide. Whether it's in summer workouts, whether it's in fall camp, whether it's in the regular season, get yourself prepared right now by grabbing that gear. You will not be disappointed that you did. Get yourself that gear today, showing off your support for your Crimson Tide and continuing to show out support for Coach Saban, the University of Alabama, the student athletes, and us here at TDA, going to TDAwear.com. But We get into this right now. The Bama-Texas matchup, which is set for Saturday, September 10th at Darrell K. Memorial Texas Stadium in Austin. That game is officially sold out. According to the Texas Longhorns social media, they announced the game is sold out. This game will be played at 11 a.m. Fox Big Noon has the kickoff in front of a sellout capacity crowd in Austin, Texas. And, woo, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. Because the last time Alabama played Texas, 2010 BCS National Championship of the 2009 season. To this day, people just keep on saying, if Colt McCoy wouldn't have gotten hurt, you wouldn't be holding no championship. To this day, that's the Texas faithful. Colt McCoy does not get hurt. Alabama would not be holding the championship. Crimson Tide got the 37-21 win over the Horns. And on top of this, you look at Steve Sarkisian, who's trying to become the third former Nick Saban assistant to beat him, joining or possibly trying to join Jimbo Fisher and Kirby Smart. Will Sarkisian do it? He's got a tall task ahead of him. He's facing the Coach Saban that, ticked off at the words that Jimbo Fisher said about him during his press conference after Saban made his comments about Texas A&M's 2022 NIL class right there. So Steve Sarkisian has that Saban to deal with. Also, Steve Sarkisian is dealing with a Coach Saban that lost to Georgia in a national championship game back in January. So all the motivation needed to get back there and avenge yourself is there where Coach Saban is concerned. Steve Sarkisian is also dealing with, a Bryce Young, of whom, won the Heisman Trophy, but Bryce Young is trying to be a national championship starting quarterback for the Crimson Tide as well. So this matchup, although it is a morning game, temperatures are probably going to be in the double digits, and fans are very much so disappointed, angered, frustrated at that. At the very least, we can find some solace in the game sold out. It'll be a live capacity crowd. Going to be very, very interesting to see how all of this shapes out here between Bama and Texas live from Darrell K. Memorial Texas Stadium. But as always, Bama fans, you want the best in news, notes, information, and coverage on your favorite program, also entertainment on your Bama football program. You can get it by accessing the Touchdown Alabama Magazine app. You download the app from the iPhone App Store if you're rocking Team Apple, Google Play Store if you got the Android phone. For your audio needs, check us out, iTunes or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, TuneIn Radio, Overcast.fm, or iHeartRadio got you covered. If the good and gracious Lord sees fit, I'll try to be back on Friday, continuing the conversation. It's Tide football. Remember, Bama fans, you can purchase individual copies of Touchdown Alabama magazine. Have those sent, directly to your door. That link will be found in the description. Also, if you're trying to get the fresh edition, print edition of TDA, the magazine, you go to touchdownalabama.com right now. Touchdownalabama.com. You click join, become a member, a subscriber today. That link found in the description. If you're also trying to get the 4-finger bling necklace, 4-finger bling jewelry, courtesy of our guys at WeOwnTheFourthQuarter.com. That's WeOwnTheFourthQuarter.com. That link in the description as well. But until next time, folks, husbands, love your wives. Wives appreciate, value those husbands. Children, stay cool, but continue doing the right thing, fine thing, smart thing, good thing, legitimate thing, to not be bored. You get yourself those 3 hearty meals a day, those 3 great laughs a day. You protect yourself. You protect the loved ones around you. Appreciate having my man Dallas Turner on the day, shouting out him, the Alabama sophomore outside linebacker. Appreciate all of you, the fans, for all of your love, your support, your donations, all that you do to make this show what it is. Until next time, folks, so long, everybody. You've been listening to In My Own Words.